you have to think as a new entrepreneur, how do you build a team? And what do you need and when? And I would love to know if you have any advice to share with our audience as to how to find those missing pieces and what you were looking for.
Yeah, it's a great question. There's an aspect of it, of course, that's going to be a little bit custom to what type of solution. Like, even if you think outside of healthcare, even right, if you're building a chat bot or right versus like a workflow automation tool versus the mechanics of what are required, a little bit different. But I'd say if we're generalizing within healthcare, I think there are some commonalities. And so, in an early stage team, of course, there's a technical aspect to it, right? There's going to be the sales and marketing aspect to or understanding the market, I should say, aspect to an early stage company. And then, there's identifying customers and getting the customer voice in, right? And so I think the very first step as a founder or a founding team, the very first step is becoming self-aware about what skill sets do we have on board and what skill sets do we not have on board, right? I mean, it's very different to be a developer founder. In my case, I don't know what I am. It's some weird mix of that. And so what skill sets do you have on the team? What experience networks can you lean into? And so one of the things like as an example, I learned the hard way is that I'm actually not that much great of a market analyst, right? It turns out going to Google and just putting in search terms and reading for a couple hours is not like sufficient market analysis, right? But so if I had to do it again, I would personally pair myself and our early team with a great business analyst that could understand and break down the market and all that, and break down competitors and all that stuff early, and do that. So yeah, I mean, when I look at an early stage software company in healthcare, it's you have subject matter expertise, is it claims, clinical, whatever area you're in? Do you have technical expertise? Do you have someone that has business acumen as an analyst and understanding strategy and economics of, the economics of what you're trying to build and do, right? Building a model and all that stuff.
Right.
And then someone that can do competitive analysis, what exists out there, and putting all that together. Like, am I going to build something now that someone else is going to build in 18 months versus how do I think of a moat, a technical and business moat, right? And so if that's your framework, those are the core skills you really need to look at. And, when you look outside, I think really, really early on, when you're just founding, you want to have those skills in your founding team, and then you want to outsource bits of that, I think, as much as you can. And then, of course, you get to this point where you're saying, okay, now I have a sense of an MVP. Like, I've talked to enough customers, and our team, whoever that is I've looked at and analyzed the market. I've done that. I've built a tech team in some form. If I have a tech, founder, great. If I don't, you're probably not going to go hire W7, W2s, or 3 even to start your company. So I'm a big fan of looking outwards to companies, like Leapfrog, like Persimmon, like other folks that have the experience of working with people just like us over and over and over. And you can, in one phone call, you can learn about a lot of, you can avoid mistakes early on, and you can save your powder to kind of build your MVP. So I think that's the way I look at it is those three core tenets are: what is the market, understanding the market and the kind of competitors. Right. 2 is talking to your customers, understanding the scope and meets and bounds of an MVP and what it would take to build that, and then having a tech partner that can actually then help you, figure out the budget and timeline to get there. I think that's right there. And if you can do that with at least as little pain as possible, and then you'll learn so much. You give yourself a chance to, take the next direction from there, I think.